So if you're watching this video, it's probably because you got into the SMMA world because you wanted to start a business that would provide you with cash flow in order to fund your lifestyle and give you both time and location freedom. But if one thing has been known in 2022, it's that a recession is coming and times are going to get tough. So you're probably asking yourself, is SMMA over? Is SMMA dead? And is it too late for me if I decided to start right now? My name's Courtney, and speaking as someone who's been in the SMMA agency space for the last 4 years and brought on more than 300 clients for my agency alone, I know that SMMA is actually the best business model to start in 2022, and it's honestly the best business model for recessions in general, but only if you understand the fundamentals. And those fundamentals will either make or break the next 10,000 hours you put into your SMMA. So skip this video and click off it if you want, but for those of you who do actually stick through the video and get the value in here that I know this video will deliver on, then all I ask of you is to go ahead and subscribe so you can see the 2 videos I release every single week on either starting or scaling agencies. So the short answer is no, SMMAs are certainly not dead and they're not gonna die anytime soon. But they are dead if you try and start them the same way you would have 2 or 3 or 5 years ago, which is what most people are trying. Let me explain. You see, in order to answer the question of what is the best business model for recession or is SMMA dead, you really need to understand the fundamentals of what an SMMA or social media marketing agency actually is. So I want you to shift your way of thinking away from SMMA and instead think of it as a client acquisition business. That's basically all we do at a fundamental level. We help businesses get more clients, that's it. And when a recession comes and businesses are forced to cut costs, what do you think the last thing that they cut is? Well, of course, it's the person or business that's actually bringing them clients and money in the first place. Businesses have been around for centuries, and as long as they've been around, they've always need help getting more clients. So that's not going to change anytime soon. But the landscape through which they get those clients does change over time. And that's where most people are getting stuck. And that's what's leading to most agencies failing or never getting off the ground in the first place. So now let's go back to that landscape I was talking about. And the easiest way for me to explain this to you is actually by contrasting the landscape we have today compared to what the landscape used to look like 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, which, now that I think about it, is when this whole SMMA started, it was really easy to sell Facebook ads to almost anyone, to be honest, because it was new. There was little competition, and to be quite frank with you, it was easy to get results because the cost of advertising was so low. So 5 years ago, it was very easy to sell Facebook ads to pretty much any business, and in particular e-com businesses, because it was so new back then. There was almost no competition in terms of agencies, and also it was so easy to get e-com businesses results because the Facebook ad costs were so cheap. On the local business side of things, everyone kept hearing from a friend of a friend who had doubled their business overnight or got some amazing results through Facebook ads. And so pretty much everyone was willing to just go ahead and give it a try. On top of all of that, no one was reaching out to these businesses at all. None of them had ever heard of a cold loom audit before. None of them had ever really gotten a lot of cold emails about this before. And so when they thought of a marketing agency and the potential to hire one thing came to their mind: potential. Now let's look at the landscape today. On the local business side, let's look at real estate agents. Most real estate agents have tried Facebook ads before and probably got burnt because there's a lot of agencies who sell and can't deliver services. So when they look at Facebook, they don't necessarily see potential, they see all the scars of their failed past attempts. E-com businesses, on the other hand, are struggling to get Facebook ads to work profitably because the ad costs have risen so much. And so now they're turning towards TikTok as an alternative. Plus, they're receiving hundreds, if not thousands of emails every single month from other people trying to sell them the exact same service you have. But even though the market has matured, and whether we are in a recession or not, businesses still need customers. And if you can get your clients customers for less than what they're paying you for all your service fees, then they'll keep paying you, full stop. So in summary, the market has matured, things have changed, but SMMA is still the best business model to start. And most people who are struggling, have an execution problem because they're trying things that used to work 5 years ago and then blaming it on the business model itself. I mean, part of the attraction for SMAs is just two things: low upfront startup cost and very, very high profit margins, which are the key features that allows businesses to survive recessions when everyone else goes bankrupt. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably telling yourself, okay, that makes sense. So SMA is the right business for me to start, but how do I execute on it in a way that sets me up for success so that I don't fail like most other people? And that's a pretty difficult question to answer, but I want to give you the two most important ingredients in this video right now. First, don't choose a niche that is hammered with outreach, and make sure that you choose a service that, married with the niche, creates what I call service market fit. I recently had a plumbing problem here in my house in Cape Town. So what did I do? I pretty much just Googled plumbers near me. I clicked on an ad from someone. I filled out a form, and 5 minutes later, a guy phoned me. Let's call the guy Bob. He basically asked me a couple questions and managed to get my address. I think it was a day later, he showed up to my house, he fixed the problem, and he got paid. Not only that though, the next time I have a plumbing problem, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna phone Bob, because Bob did a good job and now he has a loyal customer, me. In a recession, businesses want more of that, which is why the marketing agency who was running his Google ads is probably doing really, really well. And I can guarantee you doesn't have a problem getting new clients. Even if you chose the plumbing niche, which is one most people don't talk about, but you were in a group or a program where everyone was just following the leader doing Facebook ads, and so you decided to sell Facebook ads to plumbing businesses, for you, yeah, SMA is probably dead, because you're gonna have a hard time doing it, because Google ads for that particular niche makes more sense than Facebook ads. And that's the problem. People are just doing what everyone else is doing instead of looking at the niche and choosing something that has, again, service market fit. That leads me to my second thing. Not only are SMAs the best business models to start right now, but it's also the easiest to start them, because there's more training, like these YouTube videos, there's more softwares and more courses than ever before, but people just are not using it correctly. If you truly want success, then you need to make sure that you're a part of a mastermind that is updated consistently, and that you're not using scripts or templates that have been created ages ago and by now everyone has seen it and everyone's used it and everything is too saturated. If you do all of that, then to be honest, there's no reason why you shouldn't succeed. Speaking of success, now that we've clarified the business model and I've given you those two ingredients, I want you to go ahead and watch this quick 14-minute video I made where I break down the process you need to go through to avoid a couple common mistakes and have success. I'll see you in there.